Alright, so to everyone who is watching this video right now, I want to make it clear that I do not hate Major League Baseball. They are responsible for my current situation in life. I grew up loving baseball, and now my job is covering Major League Baseball and everything that has to do with a little white ball and a wooden bat. Or maybe it's a metal bat. Maybe we're talking about the Little League. I don't care if it revolves around baseball. I am going to talk about it. And this is where I have to have the games back. Now, I am not trying to mic drop anyone. I am not trying to call anyone out, but maybe I am. Okay, I don't want to hurt anyone's feeling. I mean, over the last couple weeks, I've taken the stance of I don't care if I hurt anyone's feeling. I am going to try and protect the game of baseball at all costs because you guys watching right now deserve that. The fans are getting screwed in multiple areas and facets of the game, and I am just not here for it. First of all, ESPN does not want to ever talk about Major League Baseball, and then I make my video, and all of a sudden, they're talking about it a little bit more. Now, I don't know if that's just me thinking I made an impact, but I have had the video shared multiple times on Twitter. Every time that ESPN talks about it, people at me on Twitter and talk about it in my comment section, so I feel like I made a little bit of a push to get ESPN to talk about it, but this is where I draw the line. ESPN is not affiliated to Major League Baseball. They have no obligation to post tweets, and I understand that. Business is business. If baseball doesn't get the ratings, you're not going to talk about it. But this Major League Baseball has a marketing issue. Trevor Bauer knows it. The fact that Mike Trout, the best player in the world, can go into a Walmart down the street. I live in Las Vegas, okay? Las Vegas is a baseball factory. You're going to know who Mike Trout is. But if you go to a random city in Kansas and he walks into a convenience store, most of those patrons are not going to know who Mike Trout is because MLB is not marketing him as well as they should. And also the clips, here's what set me off, okay? So at 12:07 p.m. yesterday, Jorge Soler hit the first home run of spring training. So not only is it Jorge Soler hitting a home run, I want to see that. It's the very first ding-dong, the first bomb of the 2020 Major League Baseball season. Silence. Crickets. I could not find the video, so I gave it about an hour, and at 1:27 p.m., okay, so over an hour later, I decided to call out MLB in this tweet saying, where the heck is the clip? I can't find it. You don't think that posting it to Instagram or Twitter is going to be a good thing for the game? You honestly think that staying silent is the best approach. Now, they left me corrected because almost 2 hours later at 2:03 p.m., MLB and their social media accounts finally start to get the hint that we want to see some baseball, considering baseball is back. I also want to point out that as Jorge Soler hit a home run, their most recent post was Javier Baez stretching. You really think that I want to see Javier Baez? I love Javier Baez. Even as an Indians fan, I think that guy is a gamer, an amazing player. He's a transcendent talent. He's on the cover of MLB The Show 20. But do you really think as a baseball fan I care that much? How come? It's not that hard to figure out. Baseball fans want to see baseball. So when a home run is hit, heck, they didn't even post the first pitch of spring training. It was a ball, so maybe that's why they didn't do it. But baseball is officially back. Don't post the first pitch. Everyone would love to see that. It would almost probably become a meme and a viral piece of content considering it was a ball. Like, man, baseball's back, but he threw a ball. Then Jorge Soler, we have to wait 2 hours. 2 hours for us to see the clip. So I'm on Trevor Bauer's side. I mean, over the course of my tenure on YouTube, I've had some trouble finding clips, and sometimes it takes me a few minutes, sometimes like 10 to 15 minutes just to find one clip. Where if you go to NBA, you can find 10,000 pictures of LaMelo Ball blowing his nose, or you can find Bronny Jr. tying his shoe on the street. Like, how come MLB is not understanding that social media is now what you need to really deep dive into? And the millennials and the Gen Zers or Gen Xers, whatever the young group of people coming up, they're on their phone all the time. They're not on the radio. They're not on TV. You need to pump these social media accounts with as many baseball clips as you can. And I'm not talking about just, I'm stretching and blah. That's cool and all, but you cannot miss this opportunity. And I'm on Trevor Bauer's side by saying, baseball has a marketing issue. And I think that's their biggest hole right now. They are not marketing the individual players as well as they possibly can. Now, they market the teams really well. So if there's a Yankees-Dodgers game, I know that it's going to be the Yankees and Dodgers. But as an Indians fan, sure, I'm going to watch that game, but I don't really care too much about it because I don't care about the Yankees or the Dodgers on a team basis. Now, do I care about Mookie Betts versus Aaron Judge? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So you need to tweet Jorge Soler just hit a home run because he's a big time name. You need to tweet out things like on Sunday night baseball for ESPN, tune in to watch Cody Bellinger versus Gary Sanchez. I care more about the players than I do the teams. I think that we can all understand it. Now, another issue that I have, so this is probably going to be a bit tangential because I'm having a rant about one thing, and then also I think that the blackouts play into it as well. So maybe they're not allowed to post content because they don't rightfully own it, which is weird because it's Major League Baseball. I really feel like they should have unlimited access to all the clips possible. So again, you guys have seen it first. It took them almost 2 hours to post the first spring training home run that was hit by Jorge Soler. He didn't hit 5 home runs last year. He didn't hit 7. This dude almost had 16 home runs, so you would think that'd be a viral piece of content. No, we're gonna wait by the time the game's over and no one cares about it anymore, then we're gonna tweet it out. So that's my first issue. And the second issue, which this is the root of all evils, minus Robert Manfred, so I don't mean to call him like, I mean, he's not evil per se, but he just doesn't seem to grasp what we want as a community of baseball fans. What are these blackouts? I live in Las Vegas, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a quote because some of you might live in New York or maybe some of you live in an area where you're not really blacked out all that often. That sounds weird to say. You don't get a lot of blackout restrictions when you're watching baseball games, but let me read this quote. I'm going to put the article in the description down below. Some regions have no access to up to 6 teams. That is me. 1/5 of Major League Baseball is completely inaccessible to me. Are you serious? Okay, so let's keep on going. In Las Vegas, your boy Fuzzy lives here. The Oakland Athletics. I live in Las Vegas. Our AAA team is the LV Aviators, and their Major League club is the Oakland A's. So I can rock this hat all I want, but unless the A's are on the road, I can't watch them. Now, if they're on the road against these 5 other teams, I also could not watch them. So in Vegas, we can't watch the A's, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the San Francisco Giants, the San Diego Padres, the Los Angeles Angels, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Those teams are all blacked out. Continue. If you live in Iowa, you can't watch the Royals, the Cardinals, the Brewers, the Twins, the Cubs, and the Chicago White Sox. There is your issue right there, Robert Manfred. The problem with Major League Baseball is not the playoff format. If you think that I'm seriously going to tune in more often when my full 162 game schedule, 1/5 of it is blacked out, if you seriously think that I am going to tune in to watch the Yankees pick the number 5 seed in a new playoff format, you are sadly mistaken. So I know it's not a formality that is in effect and is not set in stone. It is not something that is going to come to fruition, at least in my opinion. I think the baseball community let Robert Manfred know that. Don't change the playoff format. Change the stupid blackout restrictions and get your social media team to interact more with fans. I mean, they do a good job on Instagram. I will say MLB Instagram and TikTok, it's very, very active, and I give them a lot of props. The Twitter page and whoever is just in control of the content and what is being pushed out on a daily basis, we need to have a serious talk. Like, again, I'm not trying to mic drop anyone. I'm so passionate and I care so much about the progression of this game. First of all, the youth of America does not want to play baseball as much as they have. The African American community, they don't want to play baseball either. We need to market Tim Anderson. We need to market Mookie Betts even more. I mean, I feel like God, there are so many issues with Major League Baseball, but I really feel like the content, so really it's 3 issues all wrapped up under one umbrella. That's why the title is Major League Baseball has one huge issue, and that's content. Content is king. That's why YouTube is popping up. That's why TikTok is popping up. No one cares about Channel 5 anymore. Like, that's just the facts. Maybe if you're a bit older, you care about that stuff, but I don't know very many people that still have cable. Everyone is on their phones all day long. So I just think that it would be a smart idea to market the players a little bit more and have it be less restrictive in terms of watching baseball. I can't watch 6 teams. I just don't understand. Like, I'm not saying Robert Manfred is a big devil. I mean, that's like, he's really not. He seems like a super nice guy, but just like calling the World Series trophy a piece of metal, not handling the Houston Astros situation properly. But I need to be as passionate and upfront as possible so that maybe I can get some answers. Maybe if anyone from Major League Baseball sees this, they can send me an email, because I always have my business email in the description down below saying, hey, Fuzzy, we understand why you're upset and why the baseball community is upset. We have certain guidelines and restrictions that we have to follow, because right now it really just does seem like MLB is saying, giving us the middle finger, saying, no, we are in control of all of this content. I believe that they passed something a few years ago that Everything under the Major League Baseball umbrella is theirs, and if you post it, you get absolutely hammered. Now, they have gotten better, so I do want to tip my cap and say that they're not copyright striking channels. They're not suspending Twitter accounts as often as they used to. Now, it's still happening, but they are becoming less and less, do I want to say, greedy, and they're starting to open their portfolio and give us a few more avenues of receiving content, but there's still some work to do. First of all, you have to tweet out the first home run of spring training, especially when it's hit by Jorge Soler. Second, you have to go ahead and market the individual players and matchups as opposed to the Yankees and the Angels and the... I don't care as an Indians fan. Do I care about Mookie Betts? Yes. Do I care about Buster Posey? Yes. I am more intrigued in player matchups than I am teams. So that's the second thing I want to say. That's an easier way to market baseball, is focus on the individuals. And then last but not least, the blackouts. What are we doing? I live in Las Vegas, so if there is an A's-Angels game, c'est la vie. If there's an Indians game at the Giants, the A's, the Dodgers, the Diamondbacks, I can't watch that game, and I am just so unbelievably disappointed in how this game is shaping up, because the ceiling is so much higher than what we've set it at. And you know what? If it takes me calling out Major League Baseball, even though I love them with all my heart, and I know a lot of people from MLB are going to see this, I don't hate you. I just think that we can do a much better job. And I think people look at me now as someone who is going to stand up for the game. And I am going to do that every single time. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Hopefully this can get fixed in the next 2 or 3, maybe 5 seasons. And if they need my help, heck, I'll fly out to New York tomorrow and I'll try and talk some sense into the higher ups at Major League Baseball. But I'm just one 23-year-old. It's raining outside, so I'm just yelling at a camera, trying to make a difference. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you agree with me, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, hopefully with some more exciting and happy news. Peace out.